Okay, so I saw this post on Twitter, SZA parts ways with her manager Punch, and then here's what she said on Instagram regarding that she loves him deeply, they grow apart, don't say anything, blah, blah, blah. And so there's that and everything, and so I kind of just wanted to talk about, like, how important are managers and artists and how they're perceived and all those things. And so I'm kind of going to take you back with Punch and why people don't really like him. So the genesis as to why we don't like Punch is he consistently holds SZA back. I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't know he was her manager. Like, I didn't know it was outside the label thing. I thought he was affiliated with the label and she can't really get out of the label situation until she releases more albums. So I thought that was what it was. She should have fired him years ago. I am sorry. I do not give a fuck. When I saw he got fired, thank God, yay, yay. We out, dismiss, time up, okay? Just keeps holding up stuff for her and everything. And didn't she say the Control Deluxe was coming, what, in 2018? We didn't get that till 2022, so you had that. Someone found an old tweet of his where he basically said The Secret his whole album back, so you had that situation as well. You had the situation with the SOS album, and there's a video, you can find this online, but basically, SZA had just performed on SNL, and she announced, hey, my album is coming out December 9th, I believe, 2022, and then he was trying to get her to delay the album until the next year. Why the fuck would you do that to her? You know how often people call her a liar for saying her stuff is coming out and then it doesn't come out? Because of you, and you're gonna try to delay her stuff more, and she was crying and all stuff, and I'm glad it got released, but he held that shit back for years because I follow her on Twitter. And so many times she'll tweet about how she's frustrated and about the album's done and they won't let her release it. So there's that. And the other stuff is, I believe SOS, she had songs, I think it was PSA Potting Season. She had a couple songs that she wanted to put on this album, okay? And he was like, oh, those are old, nobody wants to hear it. So he did not let her put those on and everything. So you had that. You had the fact that Lana was delayed. And apparently he said it was his fault. That's what one of my friends told me. So you had that situation. She posted some messages saying that she wanted to release some new stuff for Christmas and stuff like that for the fans. And she was basically begging him to release the music and all that stuff. And he was like still being annoying and stuff like that. So you had that situation as well. And then recently we just found out that, you know, he's not managing her anymore. I believe that he was in her Instagram bio or something like that. And then she took him out. And I think she said that she kind of like stepped down earlier than he expected, and they fried him on Twitter, and he's trying to act like you don't give a fuck and acting what is your favorite songs in the album and everything. And one thing that I will say, I really hope that this is the end. I don't want to make this whole video about how his ass got fired and in 2 weeks she hired him again. Please let it go. If I would have known this whole time he was just the manager, she should have fired him years ago, like I already said, okay? Because the way that he's been delaying her music is one for the ages. Maybe that's why he calls himself Punch, because people want to punch him in the fucking face. I hate this man. And on YouTube, and it's just 25, I made a video and it was a reaction to the songs, and I just went off on him. Because I'm sick of this man. I feel like he's fumbled a lot for her. And RCA, Top Dog, all the shit, they kind of fucked her over as well. I honestly feel like it's a miracle that SZA is as popular as she is with all this label mismanagement, if you let me tell it, okay? And I think it's just because her music resonates and her music is so good and she's so authentic and everything like that. But think about how many artists that has happened to, and we're not in this situation. They're not as popular as SZA. So yeah, basically fuck Punch, and just fuck everybody who's fucked SZA over, okay? And go stream Lana, go look at my video on there, YouTube at NStage25, and let me know what you think in the comments. So that's kind of the backstory on why we can't stand this man. And so there's that. But now we get on to the second part of this video, where I kind of just wanted to talk about how big are managers in artist career and all the perceptions and stuff like that. So like I was kind of already telling you guys, we had all the stuff that was delayed, we have everything that's doing now. And now SZA can't teach new music, she can't talk about new music because people think that she was lying about that situation. So I feel like it's kind of hurt her credibility in there as well. Can we talk about how long it took for us to get shirts? So I think that's a problem as well. Also, something that I thought of was Mary J. Blige and her husband Kendu. And basically what my friends told me, she was going through a hard time in her life and everything, and basically like she found him in some fashion. She thought, oh, I found someone who really loved me, and you know, here she basically saying he was a con artist, he's coming for me and all my money. And yeah, it got so bad, it got so contentious to the fact that literally, okay, she divorced him and everything. She had to go on tour. She had to go on tour to pay this man all the alimony payments. So you had that situation. I think Kelly Clarkson, I think her manager was her husband as well. And same kind of deal. They even had a prenup and everything, I believe. And she still had to go on The Voice and do all these other things just to pay him all the back support. So I think that that's something as well. So I just think that having a good manager obviously is really important, because it's definitely going to show how the public views you and everything. Someone who's going to release your music on time, someone who's going to make sure that the public image of you is right, getting you the right interviews, getting you the right press, getting you all these things. At a certain point, as a community, there are certain shows we shouldn't be going on. Why am I seeing Chloe Bailey on Breakfast Club? Why am I seeing that? Why am I seeing that? I think Tyler went on there too. No, and I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to reach out to different demographics, but the demographic that watches the Breakfast Club doesn't like Chloe Bailey anyways. It doesn't. They're just going on there. They're asking her a bunch of questions to try to humiliate her, asking her why her album flopped and all this other bullshit, and she's just trying to navigate it. And they're just unserious people. You're asking people about their albums. You're asking people about stuff that you haven't even watched. How are you going to give an interview on something that you didn't even partake in? This is your fucking job, mind you. So just putting them in a bad spot by that, sometimes overbooking them and all that stuff, and just leading them to the point of exhaustion and everything. So I think that that is definitely something in it. Like, think about Mariah Carey during the glitter era. You know, like her team that she had around her, they did not give a fuck, okay? And the label, they were basically trying to milk her dry. They had her doing all these interviews and all this shit. She was trying to get the movie done. She was trying to get the album done. Like, she was really going through it. They didn't give a fuck about her best interest. So yeah, I just think it's perfect to find the right managers and everything who are going to make sure that they get you in the best spots, that they're marketing you correctly, that they're pushing your music. Because yeah, I feel like it's a whole thing for these artists to just make the kind of music that they want, to really push themselves and just get everything right. And there's just so much that goes into everything, and they already have to deal with the label, which is a whole other situation. But for your manager to basically be fucking you over and trying to take your money and messing up your music releases, this is the shit that pisses me off. So it was a good day when I found out that her manager had been fired. And yeah, he'd been fired for what, a week or something like that. But child, I had some other videos really already done. And so it was finally time to rejoice in firing. What a good way to end 2024. But yeah, I definitely like to know what you guys think. How important are managers in music artists' career? Do you think it's a lot of other things that kind of tie into that as well? What are some kind of examples you can think about managers who didn't necessarily put artists in the best spot? What are some really good managers you think are for artists and stuff like that? I love to know that as well. And there's definitely some artists who change managers multiple times. I think it kind of just depends at the point that you're at in your career, because a lot of people, I feel like, okay, once I'm like a smaller artist and everything, you have different representation, and as you get better, they kind of change representation. Some stuff happens with people taking money and whatnot, so there's a lot of different things, but I think management is extremely important. Closing off this video, I wanted to say this is probably going to be my last video of 2024, and so I ultimately accomplished my goal of making a video every single day of 2024. A very lofty goal, but the fact that I've been able to do it, I'm just proud of myself for sticking through, and I'm glad I've still been able to find ideas. And to anyone who suggested a video idea that I did, all that stuff, and you know, helped me in some way, I really do appreciate that. Thank you to everyone who has liked my videos, who's left a positive comment and kept the conversation going, who's followed, who's reposted, you know, all those positive things. That definitely means a lot. So going into 2025, I do want to say, and I'll say this again at the top of the year, I will not be posting a video every single day of 2025. Honestly, at a certain point, it gets taxing. It gets taxing, to be honest with you. And so just that time, I'll probably apply it a little bit more to making videos on my main channel or just enjoying life or whatever. I'm still going to make videos all the time and stuff like that. I'm not going to have a set schedule or anything. I'm not going to hold myself to that. It's just making a video every single day is a lot. And I'm glad that I accomplished that and everything. But I've been going for over a year straight of making videos every single day, because technically I really started last December. And so to do that for a whole year straight, I'm proud of myself. I'm going to keep making videos. I really love it. I really enjoy it. And it's something I'm very passionate about. But every day that will be no longer. And this is something I said all the way throughout the year, because I have my pockets where it's easy to get ideas. I have my pockets where it's hard to get ideas. So I know what that's like and everything. And so yeah, I'll continue to make stuff, probably just not every single day. But thank you so much for those who have supported, and I'm going to keep making stuff. So if you enjoyed it, you can subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching this, you can follow me on TikTok, leave a like, leave a comment, all those things. I don't know what's going to happen on TikTok, but if you want to see the exact same videos I've been making, it's on my YouTube channel, Anastasia25 Vlogs. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.